And welcome to this week's edition of Play Ball. I'm Kevin Capie, the Journal Star.
And I'm Nathan Baliva, voice of the Peoria Chiefs. We're out in front of the groundskeeping shed here at O'Brien Field where Noel Brusius and his crew get ready for every Chiefs game. And this week we take you behind the scenes with Noel, show you what he does to get this field ready before every Peoria Chiefs ball game.
And we'll also take cuts with Chiefs closer Jordan Latham. All that on this week's edition of Play Ball. What's your most listened to song on your iPod?
Oh man, probably a song called Oblivion by the band Mastodon.
I flew beyond the sun before it was time, burning all the gold that held me inside my shell, waiting for you to pull me back in.
Who was the toughest pitcher or hitter you've ever had to face? High school, pro, anything?
Maybe Ian Gack. He was in the Midwest League in 08. The guy had like 18 bombs by the All-Star break.
What was your favorite team when you were growing up?
I like the Braves and the Mariners.
Any particular reason how those two?
Well, I want to say the Braves because they were always on TBS, but I'm from Idaho, so you know, being only 8 hours from Seattle, it kind of rubbed off on me. The Mariners and the Kingdome and all of that.
And what's the worst road trip you guys have been on? Either here or when you were coming through the system, or?
The worst road trip, I'd have to say, it was. None of them are really that bad, but the longest was when we went up to Vancouver from Boise. It was a really long stretch, and it was a really long bus ride.
Welcome back to Play Ball. I'm Nathan Baliva, voice of the Peoria Chiefs, joined today by the hardest working person at O'Brien Field. That's Noel Brusius, our head groundskeeper. He's got the most difficult job. You guys see him all over the field, no matter when you come to games. Pre-game, he's out there. During the game, after the game, he's always here. Noel, thanks for joining us. And what do you do to get the field ready for these guys to take BP and then play their game?
First thing in the morning, coming in and mowing. Grass gets cut every day. And then after that, I have guys come in at different times depending on the weather. It's always a big thing. We water the grass. All the infield, sideline, horn is all watered by hand. We nail drag the skin every day, which takes a lot of time. We do the mount and plate up, which takes a lot of time. Bullpen work, warning track work, you know, like little things like clean the bases, put up a flag, things like that. So it starts early and it's a long day.
Tell us a little bit about some of these, the terminology you guys use with your staff.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I just say, and it's my vocabulary. The skin is obviously referred to as the infield surface where you know, they play on the dirt, if you will. The horn is a term that I got from when I worked in Detroit. It's I refer to it the outside edge of the skin area, and that's all. And sidelines are obviously the foul territory, and the infield's the grass. So
what's a rain day like for you?
Well, every day. I mean, even a beautiful day like today, I check the radar 20, 30, 40 times a day. I'm always, me and weather.com are best friends. I use a couple other different sites as well, but I'm always checking. Like when I go back, I'll check the weather, you know, right now. A tarp, I mean, it's a lifesaver because it'll save games, but at the same time, it causes so many problems. It's a hectic. It's you know, it's heavy. It's hard to get on, and then you got grass. You got a living species under there that's trying to grow that is not meant to be tarped. So, you know, any kind of sunlight like this will burn up grass, you know, in 10 minutes, real quick. I've seen it happen. So I mean, it's an issue, and it's one of the biggest challenges, you know, that I face is that tarp. My I guess turf grass career started when I was in college getting my GIS from University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. I worked for the Oshkosh area school district, and started as a part-time job maintaining all the softball, baseball fields, football fields, soccer fields within the city. I graduated from college. They gave me I worked full-time for a year. But and I didn't really have anywhere to go, so I'm like, well, I'm going to go back to school because I didn't really want to be in an office all day. I enjoyed doing the work I did during the summer, so I went and got my turf degree from a school up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I internshiped there in St. Paul for the St. Paul Saints, which is an independent team in St. Paul. Learned a lot there. That was my first real, you know, professional baseball experience. I mean, it was an independent team. They have a lot going on as well. The quality of the field. It was my first experience. It was a good first experience. I learned a lot. And then I got an opportunity to work for the Detroit Tigers, and worked 2 full years there, and that's where I pretty much learned everything that I try to do now.
What's the overall makeup of your staff here?
Generally, it's me, the head groundskeeper, and I have one assistant this year who's pretty much here all day, every day, just like myself. I have one intern, and then I have one 40-hour-a-week guy which Monday through Friday, 9 to 5-ish. It's always changing depending on what we have going on out here. And then I have 4 game day guys. Generally, their duties are they show up around 5 o'clock depending on the start of the game, and responsible for help tearing down BP, prepping for the game, in-game drags, and then our post-game work.
We mentioned Bradley Place here. We get some high school games here as well. We get some company outings out here, and every once in a while we try to get a little softball game out there from the staff too, and try to talk you into that when we catch you on the right day as well. But there's a lot of things happening out there on the field, aren't there?
Yes, indeed there is. I think I just looked today, since Bradley's first time was out here, it's been 40 days, and we've had 37 games and 13 practices. So it's extremely tough to try to maintain a field when there's that kind of usage going on. The wear areas just take a beating every single day. There's not a single day off for that grass to recoup. I mean, we try our best. We do what we can. It doesn't play as well as I want it to, but we don't have any time to fix it.
Hey, Noel, thanks for joining us. I know you got some stuff to do to get ready for tonight's game, but we appreciate your time.
All right, thank you very much.
Carlos Ramirez catching number 21. Batting fifth to right field, number 15, Randall Greinchuk. Greinchuk, right field, number 15.